Hey guys, it's Siddharth here with another episode of the Sidcast. And today's obviously a very special day because it's Father's Day. And I wanted to share a message because for me, it's obviously a very significant day in the sense that I lost my father about 11 years ago. And, every day Father's Day or every year Father's Day comes around, it obviously reminds me of him. And it's very easy to sort of, let it become another normal day. But essentially, what I wanted to do is to just share a quick message regarding Father's Day and obviously looking at father figures because father figures, I think, are very important and significant in our lives when we develop as people. And I know a lot of people would have very close relationships with their fathers. So if you have a father that's alive, you're very lucky and very blessed. So do count those blessings as well. But what I do want to talk about is, from the perspective of having a father figure, I think it's very important and significant in terms of your growth as a person and how you progress as a person in your life. And there's flip sides as well. For me, obviously, growing in the last couple of years without my father around, there were a lot of challenging times. There were times when, I couldn't really make decisions in certain situations. And that's when I felt, I really needed, the sort of fatherly advice. I had people obviously that I could look up to as father figures, and I could, sort of gain their wisdom and their insights in terms of what decision to make in a particular situation where I wasn't really sure, what sort of action I had to take. But I think, from the perspective of yourself, or, if you're looking at a way to obviously develop your personality, or you're looking to look at areas where perhaps you don't have experience in a certain situation and you're not sure sort of what step to take. I found always that there was that particular point where I would ask my father what his thoughts were, what, from his experience, he felt was the right decision to make. And, obviously we seek our parents' guidance and advice. And I think that's very important to do that. But I think a fatherly figure is someone that, I suppose from a male society point of view, and this is not taking away anything away from women or motherly figures as well, but I think a fatherly figure sort of kind of sets the authority, and not authority from the perspective of being a commander or a demander in terms of taking certain decisions, but I think from the perspective of having guidance or guiding you towards something which will ensure that you're following the right path. And I think that's where a fatherly figure becomes very important. I see these days, people obviously are seeking out mentors, which is great. But, a fatherly figure can also be a mentor as well because they've gone through certain things in life. And, every father obviously has a different situation, different kind of life or upbringing, different circumstances that they face, and every father has their own challenges. So obviously it's not easy being a parent or a father figure because they have certain challenges they need to take on. And one of the things I feel is, the day I become a father, I think this is something that I'll remember as well because it's obviously very important to raise your child in a manner which will ensure that they always look up to you as a fatherly figure, and they can come to you and seek guidance from you and advice from you. So really what I just want to say, and to sort of make it a short message because obviously it's important to spend Father's Day well, is to remember the blessing that you have if you do have a father or a fatherly figure, and seek their advice and their guidance anytime you're feeling stuck. And generally, they can also tell you something which you might not want to hear, but it's good for you. So I think that's where a father figure becomes very important. And I think just take into account all of the obstacles they've had to go through, all of the sacrifices they've had to go through in order to bring you up as their child or to sort of, help you in certain things. So one of the things I'm grateful for to my father is always teaching me about being, having integrity or honesty. It's something I always strive for in terms of his characteristics. And also the sacrifices my father made to ensure that I went through the right kind of education. I went to some of the best schools. Those are things I think we can take for granted. And over the years, I've realized, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for those sacrifices that he made as a person. And I'm eternally grateful, not just to him, but to my mother as well. So I think it's important to recognize, especially today, how important a fatherly figure is. And I sincerely hope you all are getting quality time with your fathers. And if they're obviously not around, then obviously send you best wishes and send you blessings. And know, obviously, if they're not on earth, they are in form, in spirit with you. And they're always guiding you. This is something that I was also told as well, is, the Spirit is always guiding us. And I definitely feel my Father's Spirit has been guiding me, even in situations where it's been really difficult or challenging. So wishing all the fathers out there a very happy Father's Day. Hope you have a great day. And I'll see you guys in another episode of the Sidcast. Take care.